So, Ola says, what do you think about web design business in the future? I'm your host, Casino from Casino.com. And so, joining me today is Paul C. from WP Tuts. What do you think about web design business in the future? I've been hearing people say web design is dead for like 10 years and maybe it's going to die one day, but I don't think it's going to be tomorrow. And even if it dies, there's going to be something else. And the breed that we are, web designers, web developers, we adapt. If tomorrow there's virtual reality or something else, we'll adapt. They will be the WordPress or virtual reality and we'll just adapt. But people said, yeah, websites are dead. We want apps. Now, let me ask you a question. How many apps do you have on your phone? And now, the second part of the question, how many apps do you actually use? And you have your answer.
Exactly. But any business that you go into, there's going to be evolution. So you have to either evolve or become like the dinosaurs and become extinct. You know, be excited by the evolution of web design and whatever it becomes tomorrow or 12 months down the line or 12 years down the line. If you have no passion and you have no excitement, you're probably in the wrong business.
Exactly. It's well summed up. You need to have that mentality. Otherwise, you're never going to be able to be a web designer, because I remember initially we had 1024 by 768 pixels. When you created a website, there was just one screen to work for. And at the time, we found it hard. When I got started, it was like, man, it's so hard to have that pixel perfect design. And then responsive web design happened. And now you had to design for the mobile and for the tablet, for the desktop, and then the mobile in landscape mode and portrait mode and so on. So you design for 5 different screens. And now you have the watches, and people have screens on their fridge or in the mirror. It never stops. So you need to adapt, and you need to embrace that it's going to change, and then you're going to feel at ease with all of that.
Yeah, if you want to see evolution, go back and build a website, like you say, in that resolution with tables. By hand.
So Fagunsha asks, do you guys recommend any course to become WordPress dev or YouTube only? So I'm going to let Paul answer, but before that, I think Paul is going to release a course one of these days, and I will be sure to talk about it on the channel also. So Paul, what do you recommend to become a WordPress dev?
I think everybody has a different way of learning. I don't think there's a one size fits all for anybody. I think you can get some very good courses on places like Skillshare. There's some great courses on there, but it really comes down to what you want to learn. I mean, if you want to get a general overview of WordPress, then yeah, a course is probably going to be perfectly fine to get you up to speed with the fundamentals of WordPress. You know, if you want to get deeper into it, then you probably are going to be looking at specialist courses for that, or maybe one-to-one training, you know, that's going to give you exactly what it is that you want to learn. Then when you kind of want to branch out to learn specific things, then I would say YouTube is going to be a good place to sort of go for that kind of thing. Unfortunately, when it comes to YouTube for learning, you know, more unique things, there's a lot less resources available on there, because a lot of what you'll see when it comes to WordPress specifically are very generalized sort of lessons. You know, how to build a website with WooCommerce, how to build it with WordPress, you know, how to use Elementor, how to use Divi, you know, how a theme works. And all that's great. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You know, everybody needs to know those kinds of things. And there's probably a bigger audience if you want to start with those fundamental core things. I did some of that, and I'm sure you've done exactly the same.
Exactly.
But you find that there are certain things. This is why I kind of moved into the dynamic side of things probably about a year ago, is because that's A, where my passion is, but B, I kind of felt like there was an underserved area with WordPress and Elementor and the tools and kind of things that go with it. So I would say, you know, look at what you want to learn, and then look at the best places to find that information. If it's a general overview of WordPress development, probably somewhere like Skillshare is going to give you a good starting point, because it is going to be a structured course with a finite amount of time spent on it. Then when you want to look at more specific things, then I would look to, you know, YouTube, look to things like Skillshare for more specifics. and kind of go down that route. I don't think there's a one size fits all, unfortunately.
Yeah, I completely agree. And sometimes even the same type of course with a different teacher, you're gonna have a different outcome because we all learn a different way. Some people they really need to listen. Some people need to write down. Some people need to watch things. So it's completely different. But Fagun, I hope that this answer will help you. So Priscilla says she's watching from Germany. Originally, I'm a nurse from the Philippines and would like to continue being a freelancer here in Germany in web and graphic design. Well, you're on the right channels. You can follow my channel, Paul's channel, and we talk a lot about that. We talk also about freelancing. So definitely stick around. And if you have some suggestion for a video, don't hesitate to leave some in the regular videos that we post. And she goes on to say, I'm a self-taught designer and made 3 paid websites already using WordPress. Well, congratulations. All from personal referrals. Now it's hard to get more clients outside my circle. You guys are giving awesome content, by the way. Working on your skills, showcasing your work and being visible. So
I think what you're doing is the right thing. You're getting out there, you're creating commercial work, get a strong portfolio together. And yes, it is difficult to break outside of your circle, but I think that's something that comes with more experience. And try to push your circle, make your circle bigger. You know, you will get clients that are outside that circle, and then that'll open up another circle.
Exactly. And if you go back to what we said earlier on, there are different ways you can do it. But like you said, the first 3 websites were from personal referrals. And we talked about the human factor. People need to trust you. So when everybody's on Upwork, you go somewhere else. But that's probably the subject for a future video. I have no hate for Upwork. I said Upwork because it came to my mind, but I actually know someone that absolutely crushes it on Upwork. So I hope that you got value out of this. So make sure to subscribe and smash the notification bell so that you get notified when new podcast episodes come up. And by the way, make sure you check the WP Tuts channel. You won't regret it. Oh, and if you want a killer branding for you or your clients, I created a brand guidelines template that you can download on my website. Initially, it was created for Affinity Designer, but you can use it with Adobe Illustrator with a workaround. So if you're interested, just go to quesinio.com/branding. So thank you for watching. I can't wait to see you in the next episode. And in the meantime, don't forget to invest
in your success.